Alright, are we on? I think we are. Hello everyone! So yeah, like I said on my Facebook post, taking a bit of a break from Overwatch this week, especially since next week their new archive event starts. So, but as you can see, the Ace Attorney Trilogy just dropped on Steam I think yesterday. So yeah, I definitely wanted to play this for all you guys, and so let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, this is a compilation of the first 3 Ace Attorney games, so let's get started with the first one. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Let's do it. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. So yeah, this game originally came out on the Game Boy Advance in Japan. And then it got ported over to the DS, and then it's been re-released a couple of times, and it seems to have gotten a bit of a HD upgrade in the process. Right. Oh, hi, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Hang up. I'm a little concerned that the music might, be a little loud. Okay. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Oh. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell him I'm guilty! Isn't that the opposite of what I'm supposed to be doing? Give me the death sentence, I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? It's all over, I'm finished! Finished! I can't live in a world without her, I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me! Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. You know, now that I look at him, doesn't he look a lot like Kaido from V3? Wonder if they kind of based his design off Larry here. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Alright. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder's a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. Knees are weak, palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Well, it's obviously Mia. The, defendant? That's, Mia Fey? Wrong, right. Look, I have to leave. I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery. Aw, come on, Chief. There's no need to be going so soon, is there? Listen, Wright. The defendant is the one on trial, your client! I mean, that's about as basic as you can get. I put my foot in it this time. I gotta relax. Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant. I guess there's an achievement for that, yes. Please turn in your badge. Yeah, Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. Okay, actually, I do need to be, yeah, we do want to check that. So we have our attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Okay, Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death, July 31st, between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. And then we have our profiles. Mia Fey, Chief Attorney at Fey & Company. My boss and a very good defense attorney. Larry Butts, the defendant in this case, a likable guy who's been my friend since grade school. Cindy Stone, the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. And Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Okay. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Well, it's a damn good thing I read the report for you then. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinderblock. No, Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Damn, if only passing the bar was that easy. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. So I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Okay. Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. As long as I'm not shooting them around like word bullets this time. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Those... Didn't they all die? Yeah, I was just gonna say, not the best analogy to use. I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. that twitch. Oh, gee. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean one of them? Lies, all of it, lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Oh. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but didn't have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you wanted to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I, My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question's irrelevant to this case. There we go. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog! Oh no. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Uh-huh. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. That's not gonna fly. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? Yeah, I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth! Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So I didn't see her. Oh. Oh, there's our first objection. Your Honor, the defendant is lied. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts has lied. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant flee the scene of the crime. What? Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw It to the stand. Yeah, there's... Expect a lot of punny names in this series. Oh, it's the Happy Mask salesman. Mr. Saw It, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Saw It, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Are those still a thing nowadays? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Of course, like I said, this game originally came out for the Game Boy Advance back in the early 2000s. What time exactly? It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones don't function normally. The phone that Mr. Saw It used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity to Ms. Stone's building was out from noon until 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? You don't... Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Like, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Okay. Open the court record with Tab, Then point out contradictions in the testimony. Gotcha. Alright, you're the one who's about to meet with a terrible fate. I was going toward a door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. But her autopsy report said she died between 4 and 5. Objection! Alright. You found the body at 1 p.m. Are you you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. What are you... This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Okay. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Dude! Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Dude, are you stupid? I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Oh, with pleasure. Seriously, we've already established there was a blackout. You know what to do. I've got this one. Body, I heard the time. So what's saying the time? It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off. I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. Nope, stop this shit. Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Yeah, what now? Couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Saw It? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait! I remember now! What now? Mr. Saw It? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Saw It. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Yeah, can't wait to hear this. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. Saw? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Huh? A clock? You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. There's a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Is it this? That must have been what I saw. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Yeah. You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Huh? Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes. Because how did he know it was a clock? Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I was there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with a clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I mean, I saw... Oh. What the hell? Shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Oh, boy. Yep, he's losing it already. Order. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw It heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. So the clock is 3 hours behind. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Yes, I do know why. Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I do. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. She was just in Paris, and I think... No, but yeah, she was in Paris right the day before the murder. Essentially, the time zones. The victim has just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. So it wasn't 3 hours behind, it was 9 hours ahead. When it's 4 p.m. there, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh, jeez. Okay. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I didn't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, it's only a formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Hooray! And with that, this court is adjourned. Okay, pretty short. First trial, pretty short, kind of holds your hand a bit. Doesn't throw anything too tricky or difficult at you, except for maybe the time zone bit at the very end, but still, not too bad. Turns out that Frank saw it was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Oh. Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Oh, jeez. Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Huh? Present? For me? What, the murder weapon? Wait, wasn't this evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. No, you don't gotta sympathize with me. So, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Right, because she took his clock with her. Despite, you know, being, like, pretty cumbersome. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Well, what about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Ah, Phoenix. Getting lucky? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Oh? And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Okay. What? That was chapter 1. Pretty, again, pretty basic stuff. It's gonna get more, definitely gonna get more complex from here. Although, unlike with Danganronpa 2 and V3, I'm not playing these blind. I have played them before. Ring ring. Hello? Hello? This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence, then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. This is one of the localizations they did here. I understand that originally Maya's favorite food was supposed to be ramen, but then like the localization changed it to burgers. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded, September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Van Company Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you're a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You're not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Oh, shit. Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. That smell. Blood. Sis. Someone's there. Oh. Chief. Chief? Who are you? She must be Maya. Oh, and I think she fainted. The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her laying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally she was cold. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here... She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker laying next to her must have been the murder weapon. The murder weapon. Looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock, made by Larry Butts. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? This? A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. That girl just now. Where'd she go? I put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Shit. Oh, there she is. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya. Maya Fay. Maya Fay. Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? Never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in. The room was dark. And Sis... So she was already dead. So you're the Chief's... sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here visiting? This late at night? Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes, it was that clock. It was the thinker. You mean this? About the thinker. The thinker, that was... Oh, Sis... Probably shouldn't have asked her about the murder weapon. Way to go, Phoenix. What about this? Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh, now I've done it. Better hurry up and call the police. Okay, I think I saw a phone in this room. Yeah. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please, come quick. What was that? Huh? Someone screamed from outside the window. Oh. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Ah, shit. Let's see. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. Nice, luxurious place. I see what you did there. Is there anything else that... Shards of glass are scattered on the floor. Okay, we did look at that already. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. Anything else I need to look at? Surprisingly, the Chief was never good with machines. About all she used his PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. Yeah, no, that is a very... That's... God... A desktop computer like that is... God, it's a fossil by this point. The Fane Company ledger book. Everything's written in the Chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Up. Here comes the fuzz. Police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. Received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. Must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me! Does the word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not... Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. At least it wasn't 11037 this time. What? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m. Detention center visitors room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. That's usually the point of detention centers. Oh. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you. Of course I will. Not a chance. One of these two, obviously. Of course. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. Aw. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. One thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Ouch. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia. I know. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the Thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right, she said something about that... I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. Okay, let's hear it. Say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Okay. So you're an acolyte, or a medium in training? That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too. Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too. I had no idea. Wait. What? So, you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact me as spirit, then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Okay, fine. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? Oh, is that a... I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Did we ask her about this? Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's a thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Okay. Hold up, let me see. Was this what... No. Grossberg Law Offices. This must be the place Mia referred her to. September 6th. Grossberg Law Offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. Must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention running an office like this. Guess I'll just have to come back later. Oh. Oh, we can check out his stuff. Solid mahogany desk. Mahogany. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Is that Crocodile Dundee? That paint's been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. No clues here. Table for clients. An elegant ebony case. And if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Anything? Probably nothing else worth checking out. Well, I guess, back to our place. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal! No trespassing! Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, wrong guy. No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Ha! Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? No, I acquitted him. Thank you very much. He was proven innocent. Right. In your... Detective Suede Shoes. Detective Gumtree. Gumtree, was it? Detective Gumtree? Gumtree? Gum doesn't grow on trees, pal. And I'm the one in charge here, so don't push your luck. Whatever you say, Detective. Anyway, get the name right. Don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. I'll be right there. You're a lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better do it quick. Oh, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Okay. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Not you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, alright. You can see the report, but that's all. Oh, thank you. Time of death, September 5th at 9 p.m. Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. Instantaneous, huh? Well then. That sounds like something I should remember. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? It says put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? Sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. What does that mean? Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. I don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. Never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Interesting. Well, as long as I'm talking to you here... I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that! I have it! Do you think you can give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer! Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight, tell him not so straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal! That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all the little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me! Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. Quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Okay. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Guess I asked all the questions I needed to. Y'all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. What witness? Oh, are you talking about that woman who called you? Yeah, her. Tits McGee there. Come to think of it, I've completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. Yeah, I see what you did there. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already, then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. Worst detective ever. Guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. Got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Okay, and let's check this. You used to call me on your cell phone. What's up? You haven't called in a while. It's something I want you to hold on to for me. This clock made it look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working. That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. I had to put some papers inside it instead. Is that the evidence, then? I'll leave that one up to your imagination. See you tonight at 9. Okay. Fancy schmancy. Room 303. Oh. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Oh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer who has to cross-examine this one. Meanwhile, let's take a snoop around the place. Got some champagne there. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fane Company Law Office building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. Ah, yes, if there are 2. Simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. What's this thing? There's a screwdriver stuck in the drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! Oh, what is... Oh, that look. What are you doing? No touching! Oh, bad boy! You really shouldn't pry in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Oh, dear. You seem like the type who would be very scary if that was the case. Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Anyway. Do you think you could tell me something? Are those real? I mean, I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Oh, observe, incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it. Pretty please? Let me see. Oh, well, Dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Could you, who exactly are you? Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I blushed this much. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Oh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television. No, not me. I'm just a lawyer. The same, Mr. Big Detective. Why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. Okay, I have a feeling she is not too cooperative right now. Should we flash her the badge? Wait a sec. I have to... Excuse me, but I'm a witness. Police witness, you understand? How could I possibly give you any information in good conscience, Me, the witness. It's just like in the movies. Okay, that's not gonna work. I don't think we're gonna get anything out of her at the moment. Should we go back to... Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Still. Maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. Well, if that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Aha, so, you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. Looks even grander than I imagined. Nice Pringles mustache, too, by the way. That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please, proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one can get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually it's about Maya. Maya Fey. Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Ah-cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait I thought you said you weren't busy. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Yeah. Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just... I'm busy, you see? You just said you weren't. Which is it? But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course. I knew that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyways. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Why not? Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've got nothing more to discuss with you. What is going on here? Yeah. How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Really? Quite the apprentice, that one. Oh, so you were her mentor. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Aha, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Okay. Anything you want to show him? Flash him the badge? Very sorry, but I've got nothing to say regarding this matter. Okay. Alright, well, damn. Back to the detention center, then? Again, what do we... I guess we're gonna have to tell Maya that he's not doing it. Hiya. Hiya, Maya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. Yeah, that... What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. Aww. Oh. Wait, no. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. And I don't know where my mother is. Don't know. So she could still be alive. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I'd lose my powers. I feel bad for her all by herself up on that mountain. Yeah, who is this person that... So, who is this man who, ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved. We thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Huh? Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White. Just a little longer now, before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? No! I've made up my mind. I'm gonna defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well... No one's as sad as a person without any friends. I know. I've been there. Long time ago. Oh? Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Aww. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. Huh, she smiled at least. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Yes. Hey, Copper. This guard monitors the visitor room. He hasn't moved an inch. Real pro, this guy. Should we go back to the hotel, then? Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy at this establishment. At your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Ah, I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Just like the bellboy, I guess, to let a strange person, snoop through somebody's room. Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there's a message for her? It is looking like she's staying here with somebody else. Maybe this guy is assuming that's me. That's probably it. Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corps phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corps. Where have I heard that name? Maya just told you 5 minutes ago? Yeah. White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother? Could it be a coincidence? I seriously doubt that. Now maybe I can check this screwdriver out. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like that? Remember, the phone in our office was partially disassembled. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this. I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's body. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Nice Freudian slip there, though.
Oh, bellboy, still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram. Look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. Dun dun dun. Alright. Here we go. September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed the murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin, then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map at the office to explain. The body was found by the window, here. And the cause of death? Oh, and the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Now, detective. Let me take another look at that. Okay. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Ms. Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence. She did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Here we go. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There are two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Oh, did she now? The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright, so this is our first... Given our first instance where we need to press a witness on issues. Two people there already. Find anything suspicious, maybe, that we should press. Immediately arrested Maya Fey. We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? Guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There's something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Did she, though? How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? Oh, I know. Real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Uh-huh. Piece of paper. That's the thickness. His finger. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases. No. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister. Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. What do you want? Stop right there. Oh, hi, Coolio. Good to see you can make it. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order, order. That didn't go over so well. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Okay, and I know what it is. Yeah. What? Before she died, the killer wrote the victim's name. Nope. Said death was instantaneous. Oh, that's okay, Coolio. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of this, rather than doing more Overwatch, again, I'm taking a little bit of a break from that. Before they're having one of their events next week, and since the Ace Attorney trilogy just dropped just dropped on Steam yesterday, I think. I definitely wanted to do that. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Miss Faye, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Faye. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? Yeah, my thoughts exactly. A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there was a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. Are you serious? No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. Oh, so this is... They said he's rumored to forge evidence, and I think we're seeing a sample of that here. I see! Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, the detective's a sham. This is kangaroo court, goddammit! Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Oh. Yeah, he's calling her up now. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Yeah, she is shady AF. Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Company law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Okay, what's she got? It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. Well, I hope your internet connection's doing better. In the end, that's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy. Well, Your Honor. I see, it's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? I don't think that's all that's firm right now. Mr. Wright, I understand you were Ms. Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Hell yes. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. 1 o'clock at night, look out the window. Long hair being attacked. That sounds very vague. The woman with long hair, that was Mia Fey? Mm-hmm. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? You just know. There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Should we keep pressing it? Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Oh, jeez. There's that face again. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. How about this, I mean? Okay. If you really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Ah, yes. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. This testimony's bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. Yes she was. I saw her. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. Yep, there we go. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
Oh, it does, but for a different reason. I see. I only wish you'd been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Yeah, once again, it comes back to this again. How did you know it was a clock? Unless you were there. Miss May, what you said just now is quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Ms. May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
Objection! The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection! Seriously? The questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it.
You heard? Yes, I heard it say the time. From that distance through 2 windows. So you've been to the law offices of Fay and Company.
No! Hey, I didn't say that! Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay and Company, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. That is bullshit, and you know it. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No. Yeah, thank you. No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... she couldn't have heard it. It couldn't have rung because the clockwork was taken out of it. Your Honor, members of the court, it's inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... just take a look, right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Yeah, what now? Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat?! Well, Miss May? Tisk tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. Ah, but... That's true, that is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. Nope. And that's exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Yes. This time. Here's the time. The clock isn't talking right now. I had to take the paper... I had to take the clockwork out. I put some papers inside it instead.
Take that!
Take a look at this. It's a very cute cell phone. You have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention! Ah. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then? If you could. Oh, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. After all that time spent on class trials, this must be a walk in the park. Yeah, I mean, for one thing, it's not as, not quite as frantic as in Danganronpa. Plus, I have played these games before. These aren't blind for me. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time it was reported. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Huh? Well, Miss May? Would you care to explain this to the court? Yep, exactly. Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections? Oh, yes I do. That was handmade. The witness claims she'd seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence so prove the witness had not seen the clock before. Yeah, it was handmade.
Take that!
It's simple. Right? Right? The way she's got her hands, all she's missing is the cat ears. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible, everything's sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today. Oh, Phoenix with the shade. Oh, what? What the shit? Oh dear. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die! Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh? Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Ms. May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh boy. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Ms. April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... you heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That's correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Yes, let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. She tapped the office phone. Have a look at this.
What that?
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the victim truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? You were tapping that victim, yes. Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? I'm pretty sure didn't we establish that she did? Yes. Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone the weapon was a clock was... I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. What's up? You haven't called in a while. Actually, there's something I want you to hold on for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Ms. April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Yeah, we gotcha. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the phone. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you! Who gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer?
It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? Huh. Ah.
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Ms. May.
What is it, you little shrimp? Talk to me in that tone of voice, will you?
You killed her, didn't you? Order! There will be order!
What? How can you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wiretapping. Oops.
So you admit you tapped her phone?
But wait, I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl.
Yeah, your face just screams that right now. Really? Can you prove it? No way can she prove it.
You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer? But I can prove it, and I will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 that night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold.
Yes, I know. You didn't have to elaborate.
If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. For reals. So where does that leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you
That the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. Now they're gonna let her just walk away. It's okay. I work nights normally anyway, so it's all... I hardly ever know what day it is. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. What about that bellboy? The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunk in quite low enough already.
Objection!
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I will consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Ms. Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Well, we can't not accept it. Alright, I got nothing to lose. Except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. You even brought your tray with you. Yes, sir.
I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. Okay. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May, herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder somehow, Maya will be finished. Call after 8 in the evening.
Hold it!
He sure was. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and... Yep, okay, we know what you were focusing in on. The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then?
Just for an iced coffee to be brought at 9 o'clock on the dot.
Hold it!
9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. Yes, secret woman weapon again. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Ms. May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, she, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. Okay, I see where this is going. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More like a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. The bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It's a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
Can't let this happen, can I? Wait. Please wait.
Yes? Does the defense have something to add? one last question. Let me ask one last question.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay. This is really it. This is my last chance. Is it now? Better safety save, just in case. What do I ask him about? Check-in. That's right. Because it looked like there was another person with her. Who was that other person? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, alright. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. That's not really what I was getting at, but I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Yes. Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I'd have little chance with her lover there. So there was someone with her. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person?
Objection!
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Oh, well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Oh, did he tell you not to mention it? He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Really? Really, dude? You fool. I've done it. I've won. Well, you haven't won yet, but... progress, at least. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... obviously, the man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as it's been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Are they now? Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Okay, we bought some time at the very least.
2:24 p.m. Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there! Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. And then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. Oh. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. Got a crush, do you? Yeah, I think Edgeworth does have a lot of fangirls, doesn't he? So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Wish it were that simple. Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm gonna find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center. It's up to me to set her free. Alright. So, I think this will be a good point to, I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back in just a few minutes, so I'll see you guys in a few.